Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We are live for this week's Gaming Roundup. And with me is always my stalwart companion, Nigel. Say hello, Nigel.
Hello, Nigel.
And special guest, Gerzo M to the double C. Say hello.
Hello.
Alright, guys, how's everything going?
Yeah, it's good, man.
Good, man, everything's fine here. Yeah, no, it's
That's alright.
That's alright. How's China? Alright, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, Batman? Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Yeah. Alright, guys, so how are things your end?
I don't want to say all right, but I'd say they're okay.
Oh, good.
Good on you.
That sounds better than Nigel, which is that's alright. Oh God, we're in for a talkative session this week. So here comes the rundown. Okay, so this week we're going to be talking about Hideo Kojima saying goodbye to Metal Gear. Then we'll be talking about YouTube controversy gaming with Machinima paid promotions, how Jimmy Kimmel fucked off a load of people who like watching streaming games, and the Halo 5 Guardians trailer, still some new Angry Birds movie, Rocket League, topped off with some good old-fashioned shameless plug-in. So guys, shall we get on with it?
Let's do this.
Okay. We all know of the stupid crap going down at Konami and this, that, and the other, and the fact that Hideo Kojima's leaving. And with the release of The Phantom Pain, they released a video of Hideo Kojima pretty much saying goodbye to a franchise that he has worked with since the 80s. So the days of the MSX, he first made his Metal Gear game, and then all the way up until now. And now he's saying goodbye to it. I watched it and I felt it was quite touching. It felt a bit arse-kissery at the beginning, but when it got towards the end, where they were talking about the I can't remember his name now, the guy who came down with cancer, who wasn't there, a guy called Sean Gillespie, who didn't make it until the game was released. Kind of felt a little bit sad because Hideo Kojima was like, kind of, well, I took my time, and like, great, this guy who really loved these games didn't get to play it, and I kind of thought that was very touching, and it was quite, warm and whatnot. So, what were your thoughts on this, Nigel?
It was alright. It was alright. I've never been into this game at all. I didn't realise he'd been going that long, to be honest, until you mentioned it earlier, but it was a bit arse-kissery. I just felt like he was visiting everybody so they could tell him how great his game was. I thought maybe it should have been a bit the other way round.
What, him turn up and say, "This is how great my game is. My game's fantastic."
No, more like I'm very pleased to have made this latest game to, for you guys, and I'm really pleased that you liked it, that sort of thing. But it was more. He was visiting newspapers and, well, not newspaper, people who do games reviews and stuff like that, and they were telling him what their favourite bits were of the game. Maybe I'm just being a bit fucking old manish, but yes. I didn't really care, to be honest. Yeah.
Didn't you feel a little bit moved?
Yeah, it was nice of him to visit that family. It was nice of him. Really nice of him. And seeing all the memorabilia that the guy has amassed and the family telling him exactly what the game meant to him. It's such a shame that he didn't get there to see him before he passed. It really is a shame, because that would have made his life, basically. Because he loved those games so much, it seems. So I really do think that it was nice of him to go visit the family, at least to show that it did actually reach the team, and the guy Sean made an impact on actually finishing the last game. It was nice of him to do that in person rather than just sending an email or sending a letter. It was nice of him.
Gerzo?
Well, yeah, I would agree with Nige there about it was kind of ass-kissery at the start. I don't particularly like Metal Gear Solid games. I suppose because I'm maybe a casual compared to the people that play them. It's just I like to just run in and gun. But I thought that the guy was a real fan of the game. Because whenever you seen, I'm talking about the guy at the end who died, but when you seen his room and he had all the figures and stuff sitting out, I I thought it is actually really sad that he didn't get a chance to play it, but then, you know,
Yeah.
He did leave.
it's just unfortunate that it didn't happen, or he didn't get to play it.
I think he left a game with the family, didn't he? He seemed to be
Yeah, he
leaving a
left some
game.
stuff.
Yeah, he left. I think he left us a couple of signed copies.
Yeah.
So
Every person he visited who said nice things about his game, he left a copy of the game with that person, voice actors and the like. So, yeah.
See, the thing I find is just a bit of a shame that this is probably happening just because Konami has gone to shit. That's the bit that I probably find the most upsetting, is the fact that if Konami hadn't gone down the route that they've gone down, this wouldn't be like this, if that makes sense. So it's one of those things. It's sad. I think that the thing with the Sean Gillespie person was very touching, and you could see quite clearly he was a fan because he had decorated, as Gerzo said, he decorated his room and everything with all the memorabilia and bits, and played the games and that. And I am a big fan of the games because it's one of these games that I was exposed to, I think, on a drunk Friday with a friend called Malcolm, and we just sat down and we played the whole thing. We played the whole thing through the first disc, and then I had to go about 2 in the morning. And you always know it's a good game when you get to 2 in the morning and you go, oh shit, I think you can see the time. But it's one of those things. It's sad. There will be other Metal Gear games. They won't be done by Kojima. They won't be as good. And Kojima will make other games too. So it's not necessarily the end. It's the end of decent games. So it's kind of sad for that respect. So yeah, I like Metal Gear. I love Metal Gear games. So does Keith. And this is just sad. But hey. Okay, so myself, Nigel, and Keith reported on a story a while back. I think it might have been almost a year ago. It was a thing about how Machinima were partnered with Xbox to promote their games and their console, and they had paid certain YouTubers to put this through, which I don't have a problem with. But the problem I had was with the fact that it was kept hidden, so it wasn't shown as paid promotion, which should be the way it should be. If it's a paid promotion, it should come up at the beginning. This is paid promotion by, and then whoever is in there. Say if we got sponsored by someone, so like say, I don't know, Coke or and then you need to talk first, Nigel.
Yeah, okay.
And then yeah, so it's one of these things. They got sponsored by these people, and they kept quiet about it. And Microsoft got a rap over the knuckles. They didn't get fined as such, well, not from the information that we could find, but they were busted basically because in 2013. So maybe the story came out last year about that, but they were fined over this, and it's not good because when you go to YouTubers, especially the independents like us. Yeah, it's just full of our own opinions and how we feel about stuff. So it's a bit more, does my opinion align with yours? If it does, then this will probably match what you feel about this. So manipulating that isn't good, because I know that we take the piss out of games journalists and stuff, because it is kind of, from their angle, it is kind of dying, and it is being replaced by people with YouTube channels with opinions and doing their own reviews and stuff. So it's weird that they would then broach this by paying people off in the same way that we don't like games journalists being paid off. So how do you feel about that? I'm going to go to Gerzo first.
Well, I think Machinima. It's okay to swear here. I can't remember if I swore already, but
heart's content.
Okay, well, Machinima's a bunch of crafty bastards, and it didn't surprise me at all whenever I seen the story. It's also on YouTube. Anyone that gets anything sent out free to them, or whatever, that it's not really going to be impartial anymore. And I think that the example I have is of a YouTuber that I actually really like, and I'm just comparing this to the Machinima thing and why it doesn't surprise me. But I think you guys know of him, Review Tech USA.
Yes, we know of Rich from.
There was ages ago when I just started getting into making videos, he did a review of the Aver Media Live Gamer Portable, and he said that he got it sent out free. It's a review, kind of product, and he said that you could record retro games on it. And then I tried to record retro games, and as far as it went back was the PS2. So ever since then, I've just anytime any YouTuber kind of thing is reviewing something, I don't trust them. Not that I don't trust them like at all, but it just after that, because I really like Review Tech USA, I still do. But just after that, just kind of sickened me. Machinima, no one should be surprised by those guys doing. They get caught out doing stuff like that a lot. That, kind of robbing smaller parts that they have as well.
Yes.
There's a few people that I know of that basically once you take revenue, and I suppose that those guys only had like $20 to their name on YouTube, but to me, like, even I suppose they probably have it in the contract or something whenever you sign up with them, but I think Machinima is I don't. That's why I watch Game and Face Punch. You're my alternative now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See, I think the closest thing we had to that was when we did It Came From Space and Ate Our Brains. And then the other one was, what was the other one? Dig Run.
Yeah.
We were just given the things to review. Unfortunately, we liked both. So we played them and we liked both. And it was annoying because when we did the Dig Run one, we were totally hands-free. So if we hated it, we could have just slagged the whole thing off. But I think our rule is that if we don't like it, we just don't review it. Because there were some other people who have approached us to review stuff, and we've just gone, yeah, sure, we reviewed it, we played it, and then we've gone, don't touch it. Just be polite and keep our gob shut. And it is what was that? They had some Moon game that was on Kickstarter. The people were lovely and friendly. I'm not going to say they weren't, but rather than put something out and slate it, it was just we keep our gob shut because that's the polite thing to do.
Yeah, politely say sorry. We just don't have time for this. But yeah, what I didn't like about this whole thing was it was basically fake. Everything people were saying, they were saying only to get a bunch of views and money, and they'd get paid extra per 1,000 views. And it was a bit cryptic as well. They also added in the what was it? It was a hashtag, I think, XB1M13 tag. If you put that tag onto your video, Machinima would pick it up, and they would track it, and they would see how many views there were. And the problem was people were just giving favourable reviews for things which they might not have done, and it completely undermined your review and your channel as a whole. And it may have harmed a lot of channels doing this. Once people found out about this little tag that Machinima asked you to put in, if people found that tag in the description, then we were like, oh, they were lying on that. They must have been, because they were getting paid. So, do I trust them?
Did you hear the thing about Yogcast? Yogcast, because they were doing something similar with paid promotions, and they were passing it off as their own opinions. So they've done all this stuff, they've done paid promotions, but in the UK there was a ruling saying that you couldn't do that. And for 1 month in like October last year, they had to put these are paid promotions across all of their videos because of they were aimed at children and stuff. So it was like shit, they can do it. They found a loophole from it. I don't know what the loophole was. But I always find these things dodgy. As I said before, it's if we do anything, it's because we like it. If we don't like it, we politely, because if they were nice to us, we just politely say no. Yeah. If it's not like we've got an editor who's passing us stuff down to review. Yeah. If we had like someone who was handing us stuff, say Nick from the network said you've got to review this game, yeah, and it was shit, and he said you have to review it, then we'd be putting out a review of it saying it's shit. It's like, what was it? We did reviews on like Transistor. I hated Transistor. I thought Transistor was garbage. Yeah, and I said it was garbage. Because I tried reviewing it, I tried playing it, everyone was talking this thing up, saying, oh, this is great, this is fantastic, blah, blah, blah. And then I played it, and it was like, this is shit. This is so unenjoyable.
And the same with Race the Sun.
Yes, that was another one.
But the thing with those two, Gav, is that we got them free on PS Plus, so it wasn't like we'd been approached by somebody to review something. This was something that we got on PS Plus, decided to review, found they were crap, and decided to put our opinions out.
Yeah,
so it's different. It's a bit different on that, but
yeah, it's a bit different on that angle, I suppose. But it's still, it's just a bit. If we were, say, as I said, if Nick had come to us and asked us to do the thing for our channel, yeah, I think I would have turned around and said, well, I have to play it, and if I like it, then I will say I like it. But if I don't like it, then sorry, mate. It's tough,
yeah.
you know.
I had a very similar instance to Gerzo. I was looking for capture cards and stuff like that, and the particular one that I wanted was the Other Media, and I didn't want to go looking at people who were big YouTubers just in case of this particular thing. And I found somebody who I thought might be a bit impartial with it and give positives and negatives. And unfortunately, the person for 5 minutes was absolutely gushing about the product.
Yeah.
Literally gushing. They didn't say one bad thing about it. They didn't say negative anything, like the size. They didn't even mention the size. If the packaging was bad, didn't mention any negative whatsoever, and they were positively gushing about the entire thing, which made me question it.
Yeah. There could be. You can get people who are genuinely enthusiastic about things. Because I think the one that got me with the AverMedia was I saw someone do a lag test with it. They plugged in the AverMedia, the Elgato, and two other ones which I can't remember, and they just started them all up, and then you just watched them, and you could see the difference in lag, which was more of a technical aspect for myself. And I think, yeah, because I've got an AverMedia Live Gamer Portable just like you guys, it's just plugged in at the moment. It's plugged into the bloody consoles and stuff underneath my desk, and I think it's okay. But I never knew it could do. It could have done, backwards compatibility with consoles.
See, yeah. I still have mine. Yeah, that's the exact one I have. But the problem I had with the review that I sent left you thinking that you're going to be able to record retro, and I wouldn't even retro. It's old, but to me, PlayStation 1 and before that's kind of retro, and it was because there's a port on it for basically, I'm not sure what it's called, but basically it connects straight into your PS2. But I ended up having to get an Elgato then to record Super Nintendo gameplay.
Yeah, because I've got it here, and you've got you're talking about the AV in bit here. See, because one of the reasons I said, look, you won't focus on it, but the reason I got that is because it did PlayStation 3 capture, and I think what it was is you get to use the same block that was fitted in both the 1 and the 2.
Yeah.
The multi-AVI slotty thing.
Yeah, although I think you might be able to buy, what is it, RM, is it RG and RGB cables?
You need a special one for this one.
And then you have to buy an adapter to make it go into this thing, and I think...
So now we've turned into technical corner here.
We have.
We have turned into technical corner, it's digress, but it just means I have to edit harder. That's all that means. But when we get down to it, you go to YouTube to see the smaller independent people, and you expect them to have an honest opinion and tell you what they like and what they don't like. Yeah, our standing is if someone approaches us to review something, we will look at it, we will play it. If we don't like it, we don't put anything up out of politeness. If we do like it, then we'll put something up.
Yeah, because if you've got a smaller indie developer, for example, and your video goes quite viral or whatever might happen, people might be searching for this game, and you might be the only person who's done a review on it, you could potentially harm this person, and I wouldn't want to be the person who did that, especially being a small channel like ourselves. Yeah, that's why I was quite happy to do the Dig Run and the It Came From Space and Ate Our Brains, because they were both very good games. We enjoyed them, and we went, yeah, let's do this. So,
and on both of them we have disclaimers.
Yeah.
We have disclaimers on them saying that these were done with cooperation from said people.
Actually, thinking about this, I remember around the same time. Remember Inside Gaming? Before every single episode that they did, they put up an advertisement for Jeep, and they said this is a paid advertisement by Jeep, and they made it explicitly clear that it was a paid advertisement. You know, it's not like they'll be driving around in Jeeps or anything, but
That would be great.
we're doing our gaming review.
Fucking Top Gear going down the track.
Whenever I play my games, I like playing them in my Jeep. You know, it's not, but they still did it. They still put the disclaimer out, which is why I found them credible, because they were doing disclaimers saying this sort of thing. So that's why I found them credible, and that's why I think it's always best to do it, because if you get found out, people move away from you, and they'll think you're no longer credible as a channel to watch for reviews or anything like that. So
yeah,
good practice.
You've been saying that. I think everyone started moving away from Machinima. I think you lost the now Funhouse guys went away from Shinra, and so did Stephen Larson. And you think all you've got is the ETC people, and that's it now. So it's going downhill from them. I don't think they're going to last as long as they'd like. But hey, shall we move on to something a bit more fun or angry? So we should anger bait a few people with Jimmy Kimmel. Who is Jimmy Kimmel? I have no fucking idea who Jimmy Kimmel is, I'll be honest with you. But he's some TV show host in the States, and he slagged off YouTube gaming. Not that we've not slagged off YouTube gaming, but he did it, and he got some rather vitriolic replies on his YouTube channel. Now, I watched I watched the video of him doing the piss take sketch, which I was very disappointed at because it was just a rip-off of South Park, where they did the PewDiePie one with the let's commentate on the let's playing thing, and then so forth and so on. And then he kind of read out the comments and bits that he was going through, where he got a few threatening comments. But it was funny, I'll be honest with you. I found that entertaining, and I found that funny, and I'm not going to mince my words about that. And then after that, he got to sit down with a couple of Let's Players. He got to sit down with Missy May, I think it was, and
Mrs. May.
Yeah, and Markiplier, and they showed him why people do like Let's Plays and stuff, and they tried to explain to him. And as you said, quite a lot of that felt edited out because Markiplier, if you watch him, he can fucking talk for the country. And they kind of chopped that out. But Jimmy Kimmel looked very tired when he did that. He walked in there and it was like, kind of, dude, have you slept? So it's like, kind of, I don't know. But how do you feel? How do you feel about this?
Right. He walked in there with a power glove on. I don't know what that was meant to symbolise, but he did.
Power glove, 1980s. Did Nintendo? The Wizard is always the reference that they always make. The power glove was the most expensive and the worst peripheral I think ever made. I think it was 1980 was £100-something, yeah, and it did not work.
Okay, I wasn't a Nintendo kid, so I don't know. But yeah, I said earlier to you off air, to be pro, that it was heavily edited. I did watch. I forgot to turn my phone.
I'm not. Oh, if we were making money, I'd be finding you. But we're not. So hey.
Yeah, although my phone should be on. Anyway, so cut that bit. Good luck.
No, it's staying.
Okay, yeah. So apparently, what I did is I watched Missy May's follow-up video to this, and she said Markiplier had made a load of points to him, and she had also, with people battling depression, they like to go to videos that make them laugh, and so be it. It's about games, people reactions to games, that sort of thing. It makes them laugh, it makes them enjoyment, all that sort of thing, and it brings happiness to their lives. However, they cut all that stuff out. Although the one thing that they did leave in from Markiplier was, I do a charity stream every month, and we make hundreds of thousands of pounds for charity, which is a massive point, actually.
Yeah.
Charity would probably resonate with Jimmy Kimmel his audience, you know, because they're what 50-somethings, I guess.
50 something. I think they're supposed to be like our age, Nige.
I literally have no idea who this person is. So
We don't live in the States, so yeah.
I've heard of Jimmy Fallon. So Jimmy Kimmel must be the poor man's Jimmy
Fallon? Oh, this is great.
I don't know who this person is until he took the piss, and I actually thought the video was funny, and I liked the fact he read out all the bad things that people had to say about him. I thought that was, you know, funny and clearly written by 12-year-olds, because people in their 20s to 30s, maybe not all, but most, would actually articulate properly and say a proper sentence, you know, not be a dick about it. They'd probably give a reason and stuff like that. Obviously, it's his show. He's going to cherry pick the bad points and make gamers to look even worse than what he's already pictured them as. Of course he'll do that. It's his show. It strengthens his point.
He's a comedian, so his job's to take the piss as much as he can get away with.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. That's what you should expect. He's a comedian. He'll take the piss. It doesn't matter what it's about. Don't get on your high horse about it. It is not a problem. I thought it was funny. His little sketch was funny. Not very well thought out, like you said. South Park already done it. They've just regurgitated it. But it was still funny. And his sort of audience lapped it up.
Yeah. It's... Gerzo, are you trapped in a box?
So I was just going to say that the guy, whenever he was doing the stand-up thing, I don't care that he made fun of Let's Players and stuff, because I understand it's not for everyone to watch them. But the thing that I noticed that in the video, I didn't see the bit with Mark Kipler or anything like that. I just seen where he was reading out the comments.
Yeah.
But when he was reading out the comments, the only thing that I actually found funny about it were the comments themselves, and him talking about the comments being made, I didn't actually think was that funny. And then I was just thinking about it there whenever you were talking, that I've seen YouTubers that do Let's Plays, PewDiePie is actually the one that comes to mind, read out hate comments that are made to him, and he reads them out and makes it more entertaining when he's reading it out than that comedian. So people that are Let's Players and not comedians and funnier than I understand it. At first, when I first started hearing about people watching, you know, Let's Plays and stuff, I thought, you know, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of, because I thought, why not just play the game yourself? But there are so many benefits to it, and I didn't even think of the charity streams. I've heard of them before, and so yeah, I don't care what he said. I just think it's not very funny from what I've seen in that clip. But I don't know, maybe in his other shows that he's a bit better.
Yeah, when it comes to comedy, I think I'm a bit more particular. I like my comedy kind of a bit physical and a bit kind of structured. I always like the kind of that build-up cringeworthy comedy that you get. You know, you sit there and it's just like kind of just errors after errors after errors, all leading up to one thing. That's the kind of thing I like. But when I watched that Jimmy Kimmel thing, I did find the way he did the comments funny. That was entertaining. And as a comedian, I know he's more of a presenter than a comedian, which means he's not really a comedian. There's always the joke that you make. If you're a comedian or you're a presenter. If you're a presenter, you're a failed comedian. But you know, he did make it funny. I don't think he deserved all the vitriol and stuff that he got. There are other people out there who are kind of attacking games and gamers for stupid fucking reasons and associating them with stupid things, which deserve a lot more vitriol than this guy got, considering it's kind of his job to take the piss. You know, if he gets a reaction, he's gonna play on that reaction, because he's a comedian. It's like kind of, you know, you try and shout a comedian down inside a thingy, he'll take the piss out of you. I've seen Milton Jones do it in Windsor, where someone's taking the piss out of him, and he's been yelling shit back at him for like 20 minutes, which is very entertaining.
I thought that the best comment he read out was the one where the guy said, "You've pissed off the wrong community," and I could just picture this 14-year-old sitting behind his thinking that, you know, he's part of some crazy like military or something.
Oh, what, like the Lizard Squad?
Oh fuck yeah, probably.
He's probably the 14-year-old behind the Lizard Squad.
Yes.
Pissed off the wrong community.
Nah. That's DDoS's Twitter handle. Nah. Yeah, it's. We should never take yourself too seriously. Yeah, never ever take yourself too seriously. If you take yourself too seriously, life's just not fun. That's the long and short of it. Life just isn't that fun if you take yourself too seriously. You should be able to take the piss out of yourself. You should be able to have other people kind of allow them to take the piss out of yourself. It's like kind of I take the piss out of Nigel all the time. You probably see. You didn't get, most of you guys didn't get to watch or listen to us beforehand, but I was just I was ripping the piss out of Nigel before we started, and usually most weeks he rips the piss out of me before we start too. So we try and come along as professional as we can, but it's just about kind of enjoying yourself and that. It's not. Games. It's supposed to be fun. Or it's about the gaming community I see is like kind of people just getting together and having fun. Yeah, and even the fun can be like getting pissed off over losing on FIFA. Because if you watch me play FIFA, you'll see me just explode into like a red mist and whatnot, and it's probably more funny watching me lose it over playing FIFA than it is watching me play FIFA. So if there's a Let's Play, the camera would be the other way around. It would be a large version of me with a small bit of FIFA up in the top corner, because I'm the entertainment, not the game.
Pretty much the same with me and COD on the PlayStation, because I can't control that thing. Yeah, it's probably more fun to watch me lose my shit every time I die than it is to actually watch the game. So in that sort of sense, yeah.
Inventing new swear words is the best one.
Yeah, double bollocks.
It was double fuck.
Double fuck.
It was double fuck for PT, which is the one that seems to have stuck. It's the one where just when you're in trouble, you just go double fuck, double fuck. Where one fuck isn't enough, double fuck is where you go. Okay, so yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, he's a comedian. There are worse people out there doing worse things to gamers than Jimmy Kimmel. All right, guys, so just calm down. Don't take yourself too seriously, and everybody enjoy yourselves. Have a beer.
Calm down and go play some computer games.
Yes. Okay, so Halo 5 released their action-packed trailer. I watched it, and I got excited for two bits in it. One, I recognised the guy from the TV thing that they screwed up, the Halo Nightfall bit, and I also saw a digital version of Nathan Fillion in there. And then it turned into the equivalent of cheese rolling. For those who don't know what cheese rolling is a load of people stand at the top of a hill. The mayor of said town, I think might be Cheddar, lobs this cheese down the hill. They all chase it. First one down the bottom gets cheese. If you watch the trailer, it's pretty much the same, but they fire guns as they go down the bottom of the hill. It was pretty crap, actually, for a fucking Halo cinematic opening thing in comparison to other ones I've seen. And that's only putting it next to other ones that I've seen, because the other ones always seemed a bit more exciting and a bit more... Even the other reveal where they had... What's his face? Master Chief walking along going, duh, 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 I'm miserable, I'm now emo chief. And he's holding his little thing in there, and then this big thing comes out the sound. That's big and dramatic, and this was kind of like cheese rolling.
Pretty much cheese rolling. If you really want to know what cheese rolling is, go to YouTube and search for it.
Okay. We're not advertising cheese rolling here, Nigel.
Hey.
Welcome to the new cheese rolling channel.
It might be more entertaining than that trailer, let's be honest.
Hang on. Cheese rolling followed off by Edam football.
Hey, people do compilations of cheese falling, basically cheese falling down the hills. I didn't get much out of that trailer. I've never been big on Halo because I've never had the Xbox, so I've never really played them. But I would expect them to do a pretty epic trailer for the latest Halo game, just to try and entice people over to the Xbox One. However, I'm sitting there going, nah, nah.
I can turn you into a soundboard, Nigel. You know that, don't you?
Probably.
How do you feel about meh?
Nah.
So, it was alright. Gerzo, you saw the trailer?
Yeah, I think I have to ask this question, but are you being paid by the cheese rolling community to talk about their product here, or is this a paid sponsor right now?
There is no way that the city, town, or county of Cheddar has any influence over us, visit Cheddar. They've got a gorge.
We're absolutely not being sponsored by anybody at all.
No, not at all.
For the podcast listeners, we just took a swig of our drinks.
No, for the podcast listeners, go and watch the YouTube channel so you can understand what we're talking about. So, yes, sorry, Gerzo, before we interrupted you with our shameless plugging of products that aren't ours.
That's the first Halo trailer I've watched, I think, in a while, or cinematic type thing, and I thought it looked cool. Like, obviously because I didn't know about cheese rolling beforehand, so I couldn't picture that. I just got to watch the trailer without picturing cheese, but yeah, I thought it looked cool.
Completely screwed with your head now, because now you're thinking, you're just going, what the fuck are they going on about bloody cheese rolling for?
Yes, but now I think I'm taking a trip over to England to experience cheese rolling for myself, so that's where that money's going to go.
That's a real spectator sport, that one.
Oh, no, it's no proper participate sport.
There is, yeah.
Throw yourself in it. There's amount of legs broken is ridiculous. They have ambulances at the bottom just to literally just scrape people off the hill and chuck them in the back.
The thing is, if you fall over when you're running down, you'll just slide the rest of the way, so you don't need to worry about it. You just keep your limbs out of the way, and then they'll pick you up and chuck you in an ambulance. Anyway.
The other part of that is health and safety can't get involved because technically it's it's a ritual, so they're not allowed to get involved. So they sit there and go, oh, you can't do that, oh no, you've got to put safety barriers in everywhere. It's got to be flat. It's a hill. No, it's got to be flat now because it's not right. You have to roll it across a flat surface.
Yeah, actually you got to turn it into a slide, and everybody has to win. No, you can't have one winner. Everybody's got to win in the children's category.
Yeah. But enough about us bitching. So yeah, I'm sorry, before I interrupt, I rudely interrupted you. Yes, cheese rolling. So are you going to get the new Cheese Rolling 5 Guardians game?
Cheese Guardians 5?
Cheese Guardians. I wish I could make games, even if they were like shit Flash games, because I would just have fucking epic Halo cheese rolling. It'd just be like it'd be like you'd sit there and you power up and you'd be picking up like mini cheddars from people and little mini baby bells as grenades. Just like
Baby bell away!
Oh man,
Cheddar incoming!
Yeah, just getting just break out a double Gloucester. Double Gloucester, that could be a shotgun.
That could be a shotgun.
That sounds like a shotgun, a double Gloucester. Fetch me the double Gloucester, Marjorie. We've got aliens to take care of. Yes. Oh God, fuck no. We were doing the news, weren't we?
We could have a Swiss Army cheese.
Yes, Swiss Army cheese. It could be anything. Just mould it down.
You need to go behind and take him out with a Swiss Army cheese.
Oh dear.
How much of a tangent? Fucking.
Yes. Can I just put one thing in there before we go away from the cheese thing? Because I can imagine what you do is you get a block of cheddar, and you get greater, and you can sit there and say you've got a greater sense of danger now in the advert.
Oh fucking hell!
Okay, I killed it dead. No, I killed that dead.
We love puns.
Oh dear. Oh, this is gonna. I just realised I've got to fucking edit this.
That's a separate
you see,
video.
what we've been doing is gaming face puns.
Maybe we should do gaming face puns. Anyway, we've lost Gerzo. He's gone now. He's gone. We've lost him. He's gone. He's gone. I'm gonna send that man a block of cheese, quick.
Sell him. I'll have to send him some blue cheese to wake him up.
Okay. Are you okay? Genuinely? No, he's gone. Oh, dude, he's never going to be able to look at a block of cheese again.
So Halo 5 Guardian the.
No, he's giving
Guardians of the Hill.
Right, that's not.
Nobody's running down my hill. I'm going to kill them all. That's basically.
We lost her. I'm gonna go. I can feel myself going. Anyway, let's just come back into the room, and Summers goes, anyway, Halo 5 Guardians of Cheese will be out sometime next year. And I'll leave it at that before we get embroiled in any more cheese things.
Puns,
anything. So, Angry Birds. I like some Angry Birds. See them down the town every Friday night about 12 o'clock as getting thrown out the pub. Angry Birds, the movie, looks like it's going to happen. This may be the one video game movie that might actually happen and might be good. So it's... they've released some screenshots of it, and it looks like one of those DreamWorks, I'm not going to say Pixar, but DreamWorks kind of animation things. It looks quite good, and it's got the voice of Peter Dinklage as the giant space eagle thing. So, yeah, it's. I think we might get a decent film, but for different reasons. So, yeah, the first decent video game adaptation turns out to be Angry Birds.
Well, I thought that you remember the film Rio, yeah? That came out at the same time as Angry Birds Rio.
Really? Oh, no! Are we talking about paid promotion again?
Hey, no, I thought I'm pretty sure that it was...
It was a paid promotion.
Yeah, you know, it was a game based on, maybe it was a game based on the film, or the film was based off the game that they had made called Rio, because all the settings in the game are places that you visit in the film. So it's technically been done before, and Rio was a pretty decent film, to be honest.
So you're saying Rio was the prequel to the new Angry Birds film?
I reckon it is, but by the looks of the screenshots, they're actually including people from the game, rather than having, you know, if you played the game Rio, Angry Birds Rio, you had Blue, I think his name is, the protagonist. Is it protagonist?
No,
antagonist.
No, he's the protagonist. The good guy's the protagonist, the bad guy's the antagonist.
Yeah, the protagonist. He was chained up to the lady Blue, whatever her name was, and in the game he's chained up, and in the film he's chained up, and they visit the places in the film. So you know, technically that was the film of the game, and it done really well, and it was actually a good film.
I think it was a game tie into the film rather than the other way around. I've actually, because we've got Angry Birds Land in Thorpe Park around the corner, and they have a cinema experience for it. So I've technically watched an Angry Birds film already. I've just realised that while I was talking. So yeah, that's it's being developed by Sony and Rockvio, Rovio, I think it is. They misspelled it on the article there. There's nothing like a journalist who can't put the bloody correct name on there.
Although if you do play Angry Birds on your tablet or whatever, they do have a section for videos, and it is a section like a huge selection, 18, 20, 30 videos of characters from the game in cartoon style doing, you know, animation. So it is anime. They have done little bits here and there. They've probably had enough material there to do a proper film. So they have done little bits, little snippets, sketches before. So I don't see why.
Yeah, I don't see why they can't do it. And if they got Sony behind them doing the distribution and sorting out the thingy, which kind of fits with the whole what do you call it vibe that you're getting from them. I think it'll work, but I don't think it'll be like huge, like in the States. But when it comes to like internationally, I think it'll be one of these things that's like blows up in like Finland, because I never watch anything in Finland when it comes to movies and stuff. But Gerzo, what do you think? Have you recovered from your cheese?
Yes. Okay. Don't laugh.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh, Gerzo. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'd say that there's actually been one video game movie that I thought was good. I think the first Mortal Kombat movie was good. The first one. Now, come on. I watched it. like 10 years after it came out and everything, and I thought, though I can't remember if that had Reptile in it. If it had Reptile in it, maybe
Yeah, it
it
had
wasn't
reptile.
too good.
It had reptile in it
Okay,
right
well
towards the
that
end.
was if he wasn't, it would have been good because it was really bad CGI, I think. But
Yeah,
yeah, the Angry Birds movie looks okay. I think it looks like a Pixar movie. Is it? Yeah.
it's I think it's the ones who did like Surf's Up, the one and the one with the wolf that was voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch. You couldn't. Was it? I can't remember, but it's all about by Sony, so they've got some pedigree for doing certain
Ooh,
CGI things.
yeah.
So it's not
Okay.
quite,
Yeah.
it's not Pixar level, but there's only three groups you can really pick for who could do it successfully without it being like a weird small independent. So yeah, it's more combat. Come on, seriously, the fighting was good in it, but they screwed up this. God. Screwed up the thing between Sub-Zero and Scorpion, where they were supposed to be like enemies locked in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, but see, I could forgive that because a lot of people like Sub-Zero and Scorpion, whereas I favor Liu Kang. So
Fanboy.
it was the yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a
Fanboyism.
Liu Kang fanboy, and yeah,
Did you
Angry Birds looks okay.
Angry Birds or Mortal Kombat? Did you see they did like a set of like short kind of films in regards to
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, which they
Uh,
did. The Scorpion and Sub-Zero one was quite a good one.
yeah. The problem I had with it though is I couldn't work out what time period anything was meant to be set because Liu Kang was in a bar with music, and then Sub-Zero and Scorpion looked like they were in feudal Japan. So like I couldn't understand what was going on.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Yeah, I get that bit. Yeah,
But it was good. That was really cool.
they were really cool. I loved them. I got some enjoyment out of them. Yeah. So maybe the oh God, I've lost my train of thought now. This is what I get to edit, so I get to edit out all the crap. So I'll keep you two leave it in there, cooking everything up, and leave me looking absolutely pro. So when it comes to the Angry Birds movie, I think if it sticks to kind of like the childish sensibilities and humour, I think it's going to do all right as long as they don't plug too much money into it. I think that internationally, I don't think it'll do too well in like English-speaking areas, but like the North Europe and the kind of bits of that kind of area, I think it'll do all right because kids. My son likes Angry Birds and Minecraft, and that's cool. So I think that's going to do well for that. So yeah, I think Angry Birds is going to be okay. Nige, do you want to do Rocket League? Because you like Rocket League, I like Rocket League. We all
Who
like
doesn't
Rocket
like
League.
Rocket League?
Everyone loves Rocket League. Even Jimmy Kimmel, he played Rocket League.
He did. He seemed to enjoy it.
Yes. I think it's the one thing he took away from that experience is I'm going to go and play that Rocket League game now.
Yeah, I need to go buy something so I can play on it. Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, so Rocket League, the PC's getting a patch to dump the dirty console players because apparently they don't like playing with console players. Maybe they get their asses handed to them. Maybe that's what's causing it. I kind of find this a bit weird because it was like kind of, we're putting a filter in there so you can remove PS4 players. And it's like, really? I was like, okay, what benefits that? Because all of a sudden you shrink your zone for both users, and it's quite nice because PlayStation will allow you to cross-platform with PC users, where Xbox won't let you do that. I like Rocket League. I am okay at Rocket League. I'm not great. I'm okay. I can hold my own when it comes to Rocket League.
Yeah. Although I think with the PC can't you play it with a console controller?
You can play it with the console. Yeah, they've got it with console controllers, but I don't know why they would sit there and filter out the console people. I know when it goes on the Xbox because of the way the Xbox ruling is, and we've bitched about this on several gaming roundups, you can't have it cross-platform. It can only be on Xbox One. So where PlayStation will sit there and say, nah, fuck it, you can play the PC lot. Microsoft won't let you do that.
I don't know if this game is actually out on Xbox One.
Not yet. It's coming to Xbox One, and I think the reason is because of that.
It could well be because they might Microsoft might be sitting there going, we don't want our PC players playing with the PS4 people. We want them to be able to play with Xbox One people, and the only way they've been able to do it is maybe get them to filter them out rather. I don't know. I don't know. It's a. I don't know. Maybe the PC people are just getting their asses handed back to them by people playing on console, because it's easier to play with a console controller than it is playing with mouse and keyboard. But then PC, you can just buy yourself an Xbox 360 controller and plug it in, and away you go. And maybe even an Xbox One controller, you might be able to do that as well. So there's no real reason for it.
I don't know. I can understand wanting to put filters on and stuff, but it kind of feels like they're just going to narrow it down. But then again, saying that, if I had the filters on the PS4 version, would I be filtering out the PC users? And the answer would be no, because I'd be trying to get into every fucking game that I could. I would just try and filter out the good players.
Yeah.
I want to play against the rubbish. He's rubbish. I want to play against him. I could beat this one here. This one's fine.
Yeah. You want to be playing against people of your similar ability, not like COD. You go and you get chucked in with a game full of level 50s, prestige, whatever, and you're like level 2, and you go, well, how is this fucking fair? You know, I've just literally got the game. I'm just about to start, and you're chucking me in with a game. Where's the fairness in that? And maybe they should have thought about stuff like that instead. A ranking system. You only get to play against people of a similar level, plus or minus 5 levels or whatever, you know, rather than saying, all right, filter out PS4 players.
Yeah, I don't know. Gerzo, do you play Rocket League?
Oh yeah. I actually normally play it whenever I'm listening to the podcast. But I didn't even know we were playing with PC players on the PS4, so I just plugged in. I think I can understand that maybe it's harder to play with a keyboard if you don't have the controller on a computer. Maybe that's why they want to change it. It'll depend as well on how many PC players actually do decide to filter out the PS4. Because if it's hard to get a match for some people, maybe they'll just decide to play with PS4 players. Or, you know, if you've got a PC and your friend has a PS4, you'll still be playing with them anyway. So it's really down to what PC players do, is whether or not it's going to affect, you know, getting into a game or not for PS4 players. But I don't know. I think it should still be okay, because I think it's quite a popular game on the PlayStation 4, especially because it was free for a while there.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's one of the reasons I got it, is the fact that it was free. And Nigel described it as, when I was having an old man Nigel session with him earlier, and he was complaining, he was sitting there and said that Rocket League was the highlight for PlayStation Plus this year.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. First Light was pretty good. I'm having the same fucking argument I had with Nigel a moment ago. First Light was good, and the Metal Gear Ground Zeroes was quite a nice kind of add-on.
Yeah, I got that, but like I said earlier, I'm not good at them games, so I haven't really played it since. I think Injustice was on it too at one stage.
Yes, I know, because me and Keith played that.
But
Injustice?
Yes, it was the DC fighting one.
Oh yeah, I played that. I didn't like it because I completely sucked at fighting games. I hate fighting games. I'm so bad at them. So yeah, but yeah, it was a good game. But highlight Rocket League.
Yes, highlight Rocket League. Anyway, I think it's time we kind of wrap this up. So let's shamelessly plug ourselves. So as you're the guest, Gerzo, we will let you go first. You can shamelessly plug yourself.
if you like Dragon Ball Z, go to my channel. If you don't, go fuck yourself. I'm just kidding. No, if you like Dragon Ball Z, check out my channel. I'll let you guys continue.
Okay, Nigel.
Where can they find you, Gerzo?
Yes,
What's the name of your channel?
What is the name of your channel?
M to the double C. Time I was on, best way to get to my channel is through one of the Game and Face Punch videos. Just check in the comment section, and 90% of the time I've commented.
I love it when he says that. Always makes me smile. So
it's very true.
Are we ready? Are we going to try and do this, Nige? Try and do this with fluid. This is something that me and Keith can do with ease, but you kind of pause a little. So that's ready. So Nige, ready? Here we go. Start off. Plug the Twitter, Nige.
Okay, we've got a Twitter account, and that is at Gaming Face Punch, where you can follow us and we can follow you back, and then you can send us direct messages and stuff. And it's nice to hear from you guys if there's any stories that you want us to talk about, or if there's something that you want to comment about what we've already done on a podcast or anything that we've done about. So that's one place, and where's another place, Gareth?
We also have a Facebook page. On the Facebook page, you'll find all our posts. It's another place to find and get in, interact with us. We've got a few followers on the Facebook page, so it's one of those places that you can go to, and you're probably more likely to get a quicker reply off of us, because when we see a Facebook notification, we can send you a message back. We might not always do it, but we'll try and do our best to get back to you. We also have our beloved
Google Plus page. Everyone loves the Google Plus page, where you can follow us, and we'll add you to our circles, and then you'll get instant message when we go live with stuff like this on our YouTube channel, or when a video is released on our main YouTube channel, which is Gaming Face Punch. So, Gareth, where can they find our YouTube videos?
You can find our YouTube videos at youtube.com/user/gamingfacepunch. You'll find us put out our bite-sized news, the occasional review, and the occasional Let's Play Badlies. We try and put them out as well as we can, but sometimes, we don't always get there. Watch it, thumbs up, like it, share it, do all those really cool things with us, because we really appreciate those things. To go along with those videos, we also have 2
podcasts a week, which are released. They used to be released whenever Keith wants to.
Never Keith fucking felt like it, yes.
But now it's more regular, which is Mondays and Thursdays. Did I get that right?
It's Mondays and Thursdays, as long as I don't get confused between AM and PM.
Yes.
Because I've been setting them to 10 PM where I should be setting them to 10 AM.
Yeah. So we also have a player.me account where it automatically updates whenever we put a YouTube video out. So you'll see all our latest videos there, which you should be able to watch direct from player.me. That is if you don't like YouTube and you don't have an account, don't want to comment, that sort of thing, and you have player.me, you can always look at us there, and I think you could probably send us messages through player.me as well. So there's that, and we also have
a website, and on the website you should find all our stuff, which I'm going to ask Nigel to update shortly. You'll find our podcasts in there. You'll find our historical podcasts in there, because of the way things are set up at the moment, you can only see 20 podcasts in the past. If you want to find the older ones, you can pop on there and download them directly off of the website. We also have our videos too, a few spiels and bits about us. We also have a blogger page, which kind of acts as a log of everything that we're doing, because it kind of automatically posts our stuff in there. So if you want to go and just see what we've been up to in historical order, you can pop there and have a look at the blogger page. And we are also on Dailymotion.
Yeah, Dailymotion. Wow, yeah, that's a new one. Yeah, if you don't like YouTube, again, then you might like Dailymotion. Literally just started using it, so we're just getting our heads around it, but we do have a few videos on there, and we are going to start uploading videos to there a bit more often as well. So you can follow us there, and you'll also get a notification. I think you'll get an email when people you follow upload new videos. Like us, follow us, and then you'll get a notification of when we upload a video. So hopefully you'll like it there.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's a new thing.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, thanks for downloading, and thank you, Gerzo, for being our special guest. Would you like to say something?
Thanks for having me.
Cool. Say goodbye, Nige.
Goodbye, Nige.
Catch you later.